Round 2, we're on the draw. We're going to keep this hand. All right. Uh-oh, blue-red spells. It's a pretty nasty matchup. Makes all of our removal spells much, much worse. We know our opponent likely has 3 Rise from the Tides. Maybe they only want to play 2, but yeah, their deck's going to be nasty. We only got a chance to hate a couple cards from it too. It's such a good deck. Well, that's not a common card in that deck, so it could still be in luck, but we'll see. So I guess we cracked the Vessel. Although I kind of want to fly over top. Alright, we'll just pass. I think I'm just going to be willing to trade a spirit token for a Blood Mad Vampire. Alright. Well, considering he hasn't cast a spell yet, I'm starting to think it's possibly not the spells deck, which is good news, because spells deck is nasty. Real nasty. Alright, well, let's get out a Mangler. That gives double compelling deterrence, just makes it loads better. We'll tap the Vampire and we'll start bashing in here. No play. Not exactly sure what that means, but we'll find out. Alright, let's play the Observer and pass. Alright. Still fine. Oh, he's tempoing us. I see. Maybe it is a spells deck. Who knows? Oh, look at the tempo. Look at that incredible amount of tempo my opponent just got. Very, very impressive. The old 10-point swing off 3 spells in less than 2 turns. Pretty impressive. Alright, what's next on the agenda here? So this protects me from this. Huh. Guess we play the Seagraph Scab. Swing with the spirits. We're going to end up taking 4 here. But the plan is block the Explorer and bounce the Blood Mad Vampire. Oh yeah, I guess that doesn't make sense. So it should have just the Winded. I guess it really didn't matter. He would have just replayed it. So Compelling Deterrence, but this has Madness too. So I guess Compelling Deterrence is just not all that good. What can we do now? I guess we have to double bounce and block again. It doesn't seem great. And this is on its last thing. So it's yet another thing I'm going to have to worry about. I guess well, that's a tough spot, isn't it? Oh boy, what is the play? What is the play? At least none of these are horrors. Alright, I think we're just passing because I'm at 2 life. Oh, he does run Rise from the Tides. So I guess we bounce the thing in the ice. So I got to get 2 blockers down. I don't know if I can do that. I guess I can't. Well, that's not true. I guess I can Vessel, but the problem is Vessel's not good enough. It just buys me a turn, but I have no choice. Basically, the problem is I lose everything. It's not even a good Rise from the Tide. How disappointing. Getting beat by a weak Rise from the Tide. What? I guess that makes sense. We already saw. We passed 3 of them. So, losing to... Oh, man. So, it was the spells deck? Alright. Do we have anything? Anything at all? A single thing? No? That's what I feared. Alright. Well, pass the sweet deck and losing to the sweet deck. Never what you want to see. I guess I could have sideboarded out of removal, but he's got a bunch of... oof. God, this is an ugly hand. Just does nothing, too. Just does nothing. All those bounce spells. Our deck is just so poorly matched for this. That's the harsh part. We really do have a harsh, poor matchup here. It's just these cards are so weak. I'm going to mulligan. I just really despise that hand. Alright, I guess we'll use this one. Keep that on top. Alright. Alright, I'm going to use Reckless Scholar. Didn't get what I wanted or needed, so we'll play the Mangler and tap the Blood Mad Vampire. This looks familiar. Let's see if we can't get the fourth land. I'm going to ditch the Observer. So we have a bunch of ground guys that can't get past his troops there, but we've got some flyers in hand. See if we just eventually find the fourth land, and I'm confident we will. Someday. We will find it someday, I promise you that. I guess I want the compelling deterrence for the thing in the ice, because that thing is just so brutal. So, where does that leave me? I really don't know. I guess Stormrider Spirit. Crack the clue. There's the fourth land. Alright. Yep. Opponent's just doing exactly what they want to do while we do not what we want to do. So I'm not really confident about this game. This is exactly what the spells deck wants. Just so much exactly what the spells deck wants is what our opponent's doing right now, which is us and unable to attack while they get to just sit back and build up the graveyard, which is why that deck is so powerful. Yeah, really did not want to meet this deck since we knew we had passed all the key components for it during the draft, sadly. So I guess the next step is walk our Aberrant Researcher into the first piece of removal, walk our Geist into the second piece. Could have bounced it in response, but I'll just bounce it at end of turn anyway. I don't think it matters. So opponent has just everything now at this point. Their Rise from the Tide is good enough. This doesn't really matter that it transforms. Our board was not really highly developed at all. In fact, yeah, he'll get a land. Actually, yeah, I guess he still gets the land, but the rush of adrenaline in his graveyard just helps him out, but he can afford to play it at some point, I'm sure, anyway. We're going to lose is what I'm trying to say. We can't win this game. Our opponent has multiple Rise from the Tides. They have enough graveyard action. We have no board presence. We've dealt 0 damage to our opponent. We're not going to win. I imagine he goes Lightning Axe, discard a spell, land, Rise from the Tide. That's my guess. Wow. No flipsies. Not much to say. All right, as expected, starting on turn 3, we lost the game. All right, going back to Swiss, very excellent spells deck from our opponent. Wish we'd built it, but we didn't. We got destroyed by it instead, so bummer there, but good on our opponent. Hope he wins it, because the spells deck is a lot of fun. Not a lot of fun to lose against, as it turns out, but like I said, we had an awful matchup against it. Just a very, very horrific matchup here, with just a bunch of tempo and removal spells, the exact opposite that a spells deck has any concern about. So, brutalized, but that's all right. We'll go back to Swiss. We'll do better there, hopefully, and we'll see you for that one.